So I'm going to act like I'm starting it all over again. So, hey guys, thanks for hopping on tonight's team call. I always do this. It is the 8th of May. And tonight I want to talk to you guys about inviting. A lot of you guys are actually in my new Coach to Emerald thread. And a lot of the struggles that I hear and see is inviting. So it's something that is so great as a refresher if you're a seasoned coach. And it's also good to know right out the gates when you come into coaching. Now, I'm going to let you guys know, and all the leaders on this call could vouch for me, is inviting is always the hardest part, right? It's always the hardest part. Well, okay, let me take it back. Being vulnerable can also be the hardest part, right? Being vulnerable, sharing your story, opening up, even coming out as a Beachbody coach. Oh my gosh. Does anyone remember when they first did that? They're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be seen as a salesman. But so we're going to talk about the inviting part, because here's the thing, you guys. It's not hard unless you make it hard, just like anything else. And I want to share something with you guys. So first off, I hope you guys have notes, because I have a little bit of bullet points and stuff that you may want to jot it down, especially if you're a new coach, because then you've never heard this before. But a lot of you guys have heard this on national wake-up calls, on our team calls, on other team calls. But I wanted you to have some things that you can write down, because there's always power with pen and paper. There's always something that helps you translate what you're actually learning and what you actually implement after you write something down, right? Any of you guys write a grocery list and then you forget it at home and you're like, oh wait, I remember this and I remember this and I remember this. But if you put it in your phone, like if you write it in the note section in your phone and you leave your phone at home, you're like, oh shoot, what was I supposed to get? Because that doesn't translate to your brain as much as writing pen and paper down. Now, I don't know if anyone can remember the entire grocery list. If you can, you're my hero, because I sure can. But I could remember some things. So grocery lists are always on your phone. That's smart too. Okay, so really quick, I wanted to share with you guys. I know I posted in my leaders group earlier today, but starting next week, you guys, we're doing something super exciting. I have teamed up with other 5 to 8-star diamond coaches. And we are combining our team. Basically what we're doing is we're combining our team calls for 8 weeks. We're calling it an 8-week team series. And we're going to have different guest speakers. You're going to hear from other leaders. And it's going to be an awesome collaboration of other teams, cross lines, not just Misfit Republic. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be 1 hour earlier on Tuesday nights. So 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. So make sure that you guys write that down. I hope it's not a big inconvenience for a lot of you or for all of you. But it was the time that everyone was able to. Otherwise, it was going to be Sunday night. And I'm like, nah. I tell all my girls to take the weekends off. I ain't making everybody take away family and freedom time for Sunday evenings. So Tuesday nights starting at 5:30 starts May 15th. So write that down. They're going to be awesome calls, and you're going to be hearing all different topics from all different speakers. You're going to be hearing from me again, so you're welcome for that. And then it's going to be at 5:30. And then we're also going to have a couple guest speakers that are not 5 to 8-star diamond coaches. We're going to have Jen Richardson, who is a superstar diamond coach. We're going to have Emily Favre, I think is her name. She signed up this year in October. She's already a 1-star diamond coach, and she's going to be 7-star qualifying by the end of this month. So she is a freaking rock star. We're going to learn from her. We're going to learn from other people, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. So with that said, let's talk about inviting, the reason we're all here today. Okay, so inviting is the one thing that could make or break your business. Now, I don't mean to say that to scare you, even though I could imagine being a new coach and that sounds scary, right? Oh my gosh, if I don't get good at inviting, that could break my business. I'm not meaning to say it like that. And I'm going to simplify things for you, and I'm going to break it down for you so you don't ever feel like that again, okay? So the thing is to keep it simple. You guys, and for those of you that were on the team, the Power Hour early today, I say, like, I simplify my business. I keep my business simple, basically because I love my business so much and I love investing so much time into it that I have to keep it simple, because I overcomplicate things or everything else in my life. Like my wedding invitations, I was just telling the girls earlier today, I overcomplicated my wedding invitations. They're a hodgepodge of things that I got to put together and fold and flip and do all this stuff. That, yeah, I do that. But in this business, because life is complicated as it is, we need some simplicity, right? Especially if it's something that's going to get us to where we want to be, right? Whether it's freedom, financial freedom, walking away from our dead-end job, getting out of our icky house, whatever the goal, the dream that you wanted, that you desire, this is why we're here. So don't overcomplicate things. And I don't know if you guys seen, but I shared 2 docs. I typed out my invitation script that I use, and it's super simple. It's basically what to say to people that either like or comment on your post or say that they're interested. Now, I'm going to let you guys know it doesn't matter how freaking awesome your videos on Instagram stories are or how awesome your workout post selfie is, but you're not just going to attract people to come to you. You have to get out there and you have to go find people just like you, right? I know everyone thinks it's scary because we're like, oh my gosh, like it's the fear setting in, it's the doubt setting in. But moving forward, I want you guys to wash away that fear. I want you to wash away that doubt. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. So here's the deal. Here is how you get the invite process to be successful to you. And I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? You're going to hear all sorts of different trainings. You're going to hear from different people on how to do different things. I tell you guys like it is. I tell you the nitty gritty. I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't hide anything from you. But what I tell you, what I tell you actually works. And I'm saying that right now. I'm sitting at Success Club 20 and it's the 8th of the month. Okay. So I'm just saying what I do, I'm sharing with you because I want you guys to be successful too, because I know your dreams. I know your goals. I know where you want to be in life. And I know the things that you're struggling with and the stress the things that are causing you stress right now. And I want to help you get out of that. So that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm sharing with you. That's why I'm sharing you the nitty gritty. That's why I'm showing up and I'm in the trenches with you guys. Just because I'm a 5-star diamond and I work as a full-time coach doesn't mean I just have people come to me. I'm still in the trenches every day. I'm still inviting every day. So the first things first, you got to make new friends, period. You cannot exhaust your warm market. Otherwise, you're going to get to a point and you're going to be like, you know what? I've invited everybody. I've talked to everybody. Everyone's in my 21-day fix group and I don't know what to do now. You never want to get to that point, okay? And if everyone you know is in your 21-day fix group, then you're doing something right and you need to host next week's call. I'm just saying. And yes, I'm drinking wine tonight because I'm drinking wine tonight. That's why. Okay. Here's the thing when it comes to making new friends. I've also heard so many coaches with I don't want to call it an excuse, but the fear of them holding themselves back from making new friends is they're scared to send out friend requests or follow people that they don't know because they're afraid that they're going to be seen as a salesman or they're going to be seen as something that wants somebody from someone. Here's 2 ways to overcome that. First off, have good intentions, right? Have good intentions. Know exactly what you're doing. Don't be like, okay, I'm going to go send Laura a friend request so I could sell her a challenge pack. No, that's a wrong intention. You could be like, oh, I want to hang out with Laura. Laura looks like a good type. Laura looks like fun. Laura would be someone I want to invite to my dinner table, right? Secondly, do not market yourself on social media as a Beachbody coach. What I mean by that is don't post links to your website in your bio on Facebook or Instagram. Don't post links in any of your posts. Because then people are going to be like, okay, here's another rep for yada, yada company wanting me to buy some lotion or some nail polish or some whatever, right? So be transparent. Be that person that shares your story on social media and talk about what you do. Yes, of course, talk about the fact that you're a coach. Talk about the fact that you're on your journey. Talk about the fact that you have kids and other things in your life. Because people want to know that you're not just a Beachbody coach. They want to know that you're other things too. But don't necessarily say, yo, I'm a Beachbody coach. Do you want to join my challenge group? You want to breadcrumb it into certain posts. But that's a different topic for a different day. So Main point of that is don't be afraid. Realize that it's just scary for you, but others don't mind. Okay. Same with your vulnerability posts. Dana actually posted an awesome post this evening asking anybody if they've shared their Transformation Tuesday posts. Anyone on this team or on this call has shared their Transformation Tuesday picture today? Anyone? Bueller, look at all these transformations that haven't shared ish. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people are scared to share it, and you're like, oh my gosh, what if I just signed up as a coach? Hi, Iris. Speaking of a new coach, my girl Iris is on here too. What if I just signed up as a coach and I don't really have a transformation yet? You know what? That's great, because you can say, here's my before photo, or here's my before selfie. This is where I'm at in my life, but this is where I'm going. Talk about where you're going. Talk about where you're going to transform to, because that's huge, because there's so many people out there right now that need that inspiration, that empowerment, because they're sitting on their couch, or they're, slowly walking their dog and being out of breath and out of shape and hurting and, unhappy in their own bodies, that they need that inspiration. They need someone that is at the starting line with them, not just years and years and years down the road with rock hard abs and a perky booty and all that ish. People need real people. So the thing is, a lot of people are scared of posting Transformation Tuesday photos or even sharing their story because they're afraid of being seen. They're afraid of showing up, and they're afraid of rejection, right? These are all common fears that everybody has, especially women. I'm sorry to crush y'all's spirit, and we're all girls up in here, but unfortunately for us, we have these fears, we have these self-doubts, we let the littlest things affect us in the biggest ways, which is ridiculous. Thank goodness for personal development. If you guys haven't got on that train yet, please hitch a ride as soon as you can, because trust me, it's a ride you want to catch. Secondly, when you post these kind of posts, your vulnerability posts, your sharing posts of your workouts and all that stuff, if you're talking about how it was a hard day for you because of X, Y, and Z, or you're proud of yourself because you upped your weights from 5 to 8 pounds or whatever it is, and you're scared to post, here's the thing. No one's going to mind it but you, right? Just like when we have our first progress photos, we're like, I can't see any definition. I can't see any change. How many of you had comparison photos and you're like, I don't see anything? And then everyone else was like, are you kidding me? Because we're our own worst enemy. We doubt ourselves all the time, and we need to knock that shit off. Point blank, guys, we need to knock that shit off. Okay, moving on. Think as if. I want you to write this down. Think as if. And I ain't talking about share from Clueless. I'm talking about believing as if they want to work with you. Period. I'm not talking about being cocky and having this big old ego and your head's getting like giant, can't even fit in your car door anymore. I'm talking about, why wouldn't they want to work with me? Yes, I'm a brand new coach. Yes, I've been a coach and I've fallen off the wagon before, but why wouldn't they want to work with me? I'm fun. I'm loving. I'm caring. I'm supportive. I'm empowering. Why wouldn't they want to work with me? Because how many of you guys have gone into an invitation or a conversation and started doubting yourself from the very beginning? Oh, they're going to say no. Oh, they're going to think I'm selling something to them. Oh, you know what? I'm not anywhere near my goal. Why would they want to work with me? Right? Those are the words that are usually inside our head. Who the hell put those there? I want to meet that person and punch them right in the face, because that's rude, right? So you guys need to think of as if they want to work with me. Believe it's going to be true. Because I guarantee if you put it into the universe gives back. The universe gives back whatever you believe. So if you're saying this person does not want to work with me, guess what? Chances are they're not going to want to work with you. If you say, you know what? I bet Danny wants to work with me. Oh yeah, Danny wants to work with me. Guess what? Danny's going to work with me. Booyah. Okay. Thirdly, build conversations. Because you cannot just send a friend request and just let it dingle. How many times, I cannot stress enough, how many times I get a friend request and then I'm like, hey girl, thanks for the friend request. And I get this guy. What does that mean to me? That means nothing to me. Why did you send me a friend request? To give me a thumbs up? First off, that's the worst emoji in the world. You might as well give me the middle finger. I don't like it. Secondly, Why do you want to be my friend? Anytime I send a friend request, anytime that someone likes or comments on my stuff, I shoot them a message. Hey, thanks so much for the friend request. How are you? Are you on your own health and fitness journey too? Hey, thanks for liking my girl's post today that I showed, or thanks for showing some love on my girl's post today. Are you on your own health and fitness journey too? Hey, thanks for following my page. I truly appreciate the support. Do you like lip singing? Oh my gosh, I love lip singing too. You always want to start that conversation. And it's so easy when you believe in yourself. Okay? So once you break through that barrier of the doubt and the scariness and all the fear, you guys, do you wonder why we're called Unstoppable Misfits? Do you wonder? It's because once you believe in yourself, you are unstoppable. Period. Point blank, exclamation point. Sorry. If you need help with building conversations, you don't know what to say when it comes to, hey girl, how's your day going? To the invitation process. There's an invitation guide in the docs section. So check that out, print it up. It's beautiful because it doesn't make you sound salesy. It doesn't have a script like copy and paste. This is how you sell a challenge pack. This is how you do this. It basically guides you to through a conversation. So I'm telling you guys, not every conversation is going to be the same. Every conversation is like a snowflake, right? No two are the same. They're all going to be different. You're going to meet women from all different walks of life, different struggles, different goals, all sorts of things, different lifestyles. And you have to meet them where they're at, period. Always remember, it's about them and not you. Okay? I've seen so many coaches get to the end of the month because at the very beginning, and unfortunately for you guys watching the recording, I did not share a little bit of part about Success Club. So I apologize for that. But for those of you that are on live right now, you guys heard me talk about Success Club, right? And it's helping 3 coaches a month. So I've seen a lot of coaches, come to the end of the month and they're like, oh my gosh, Vicki, I haven't hit Success Club yet. And I'm out there inviting 50, 100 people. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, what's going on? Let's talk about why you're not hitting Success Club. Let's talk about why your conversations are not working. You know why it is? Because they're thinking about themselves and not the person they're talking to, right? So their momentum, their mojo is completely different. It's off. So they don't have the universe is blocking them from getting what they want, right? Because they're being selfish, not selfless. And that's what we need to do. And I know sometimes it's like, I really need to make rent. I really need to pay my bills. I really need to do this, or I really want to go on vacation, or I really want that Joel bobblehead, whatever it is. I understand that, but kind of put that in the back of your mind and be like, you know what? I really want to help 3 women this month because I know what it feels like to not be happy in my own body. How about that? How about switching it around like that? I know what it's like to be ashamed in my own skin. Guess what? I know what it's like to work out and feel good in my own body, and I want to be sexy naked. How about that? How about those are the things you think of instead of all these incentives and all these bills and all this stuff? Because in the end, you're going to be able to pay all those bills. You're going to be able to pay that or take off for vacation. You're going to be able to do all that if you think about them. And it's going to be a lot more stressless. Is stressless a word? That's a word, right? If it's not, I'm making it a word tonight. Okay. All right. So, why overcomplicate things? Why mess up your momentum and your mindset when in actuality, if all you did was just think about the person you're talking to, look at what will happen. But no, we overcomplicate things because that doubt and that belief system, all that jazz gets all screwy. Okay. Like I just mentioned, meet them where they're at. Not everybody. Okay. So here's the deal. I know a lot of you guys, before All Access Pass came out, you guys signed up with 21 Day Fix. You guys signed up with Quarter Force. You signed up with the basic program, right? Thank goodness there's the All Access Pass because there's something for everybody. Even there's something for your older kids. There's something for your hubby. There's something for your mom and dad, whatever. When I signed up as a Beachbody coach, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I signed up with TurboFire, which is not a good program for beginners. Let me include that. I did punch my chin by doing this little number a time or two. That's not allowed anywhere but here. What happens on Team Zoom stays on Team Zooms, by the way. But I thought everyone needed to do turbo fire. I didn't care if you were a man, a woman. I didn't care how old you were. I thought everybody, even with knee and back issues, I thought everyone needed to do turbo fire because I was doing turbo fire. Oh my gosh. If anyone now that came to me with knee or back issues and I suggested turbo fire to them, oh my gosh, not happening. So I want you guys to understand, just because you're doing a program doesn't mean that people that you're talking to is meant to do that program. That's why it's so important. And I wrote it in that script that I shared with you guys earlier. I wrote the questions that you need to be asking these people. Like, what do you struggle with? Do you have any injuries or limitations? Because this is how you get to know where they're at. And that's super important because some people are very limited on what they're able to do. And like today on the Life Power Hour, where's Jess? Where'd she go? She's somewhere. She was sweeping earlier. I don't know what are you working out? Oh, this girl. Oh, she's not, I don't know what she's doing. Anyways. But she was asking me, oh, she's coming over here. What do you got, girl?
She's cleaning the floor.
I got you.
I was just going to chat. I'm scrubbing my mats because I've done 3 months of 80-day obsession and my mats are filthy and I haven't washed them at all. So
I should probably do that. All right. I'll let you go back and scrub your mats. Okay, so Jess earlier asked me a question when we were on our Life Power Hour. She asked, she's helping someone that, they want to lose weight, they want to feel better, but they have hip issues and they have back issues. Well, here's the thing, because those are serious issues, right? You don't want to suggest someone doing lunges if they have knee issues, or you don't want to suggest someone doing plank if they have back issues, or, certain things like this. So I told Jess, I was like, it doesn't always have to be a Beachbody program. Because remember, we're not always in this for us. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss out on a sale. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss out on a challenge pack. What I told her is set her up with a 2B mindset. She could do 2B mindset, Shakeology, and tell her to go swimming. Because swimming is awesome for people that are so limited on things that they're able to do, right? Or water aerobics. Hell, I even love water aerobics. It's not just for, women that are 75 and older. Like everybody does it. I've seen it. I've seen people do it in Mexico. Granted, they have a few tequila shots in them, but still everybody loves water aerobics. It's good exercise for you and it's very low impact on your body. Okay. So always, always, always keep the person that you're talking to in mind and meet them where they're at. Always think about how you can serve them, not what you can get from them. Right? So like I stated before, every conversation is going to be different. And here's the thing, you guys, and this may be a shock to you, but not everybody's going to sign up with Beachbody. Some people will. Yes, some people will. Some people take longer than others. But here's the thing. A lot of people need support. How many people do you know in real life, like this is a fairy tale life? Well, I mean, I look at it as a fairy tale life, but in real life, we'll do quotation marks. In real life, how many people do you know in real life that have said they feel alone or they feel unsupported? Anybody know anybody like that? Okay. Was anybody like that before coming into this team? There's a lot of people out there that feel unsupported. They feel alone. They feel they're the only ones that struggle with the struggles they have. So here's the thing. People need someone, period. And this is where I'm going to maybe get emotional. I'm going to try not to. Everyone needs someone. There's no person, I don't care what you've done, there's no person in here that is meant to be alone. Everyone has hurdles. Everyone has challenges. Everyone's faced with obstacles. Shit hits the fan. Your car breaks down. You get it repossessed. Your house goes into foreclosure. Your kid needs a root canal. I don't know, all these things. Stuff happens. But you can't handle stuff on your own. I don't care how independent you think you are. Everyone needs someone. And there's so many people out there right now that are worse off than we've ever felt or we've ever been. And the thing is, we've gone through those hurdles because we're still here. We're still here fighting and pushing and moving and grinding. Sometimes it's harder than others. I ain't going to lie. Oh my gosh, Jess's little girl right there almost licking the camera. But the thing is, we're still here and we're still fighting. So it's our responsibility. Yeah, I'm putting a big word in your hands. It's our responsibility to go out there and find people, find women just like us to let them know they're not alone. Okay? It's your responsibility now as an unstoppable misfit. I don't care what else you do. I don't care if you make Success Club. I don't care if you earn Emerald. I don't care what you do. But it's your responsibility to be someone. Because I cannot save the world alone, but I know I can do it with you guys. I know it, right? Because it starts with us first, and we're taking care of ourselves right now. We're working on ourselves. Most importantly, we're working on that mindset, because we have to believe in ourselves. And lastly, you must be consistent. I cannot stress this enough. There's no point inviting just Monday and Tuesday if you don't do it the rest of the week and expect something to come out of it. What you do today will pay off in 3 months from now. I don't know if all of you seen my post the other day. Okay, I'm going to be real honest with you guys for a second. I'm going to close my notebook because shit's going to get real. And I'm going to have a sip of wine because that's what it's going to take for me to get real with you guys. Okay. So for those of you that don't know my story, I'm going to break it down real quick. So almost 6.5 years ago, I signed up as a Beachbody coach. January 28th, 2012 was when I signed up as a Beachbody coach. Before that, my best friend that I've known half my life since I was 15 years old, her name's Allison Cornelius. She was doing this program called Turbo Fire. Okay, that program that I thought everyone needed to do, right? So before that, I was on my journey. I started working out at the gym. I was at the gym 2-3 hours a day. We paid $80 a month for the gym, and they didn't have childcare, so I was away from my baby a lot. And I hated it. I hated the gym. I hated the way the elliptical made my body feel. My knees hurt. I was 268 pounds, so all that weight put so much pressure on my knees and my back. It hurt. I cried the first time I was on the elliptical because I couldn't even make it 10 minutes. It was dreadful. But I kept going because I wanted to be skinny. That's all I knew. I wanted to be skinny. I wanted to lose weight. 2 years took me to lose 60 pounds. Did not change my nutrition. Didn't change my mindset. Still doubted myself. Still looked in the mirror and hated who I was. Hated myself, you guys. Then in January, I seen my best friend of half my life share her day 1 and day 30 photos of Turbo Fire. I remember talking shit to her, and I'm being real with you guys. I remember talking shit to her like, how can you be motivated to work out by yourself? How can you work out at home? Like all this, apparently what best friends do, right? She shared those photos and my foot went in my mouth. I was dumbfounded by the results that she got in 30 days. They looked better than my side-by-side. Well, I didn't take side-by-sides back then, but they looked better than I felt. So I asked her, what in the hell are you doing? And she told me about Turbo Fire. She told me about coaching. And then she told me the price. At that point in time, you guys, I was married in a very unhappy marriage. We were living off of one income, and we were worse off than paycheck to paycheck. We weren't even able to make it paycheck to paycheck. There was times where we couldn't afford diapers. There was times where my debit card got declined with a shopping cart full of groceries. There was times where we had to borrow money that we knew we could never pay back. It was the toughest time in my life, on top of not being happy with who I was. So when she told me the Turbo Fire Challenge Pack was $205, I wanted to throw up. You know how hard it was for me to buy a $20 pair of jeans from Target for myself? And you want me to spend how much? But I knew I needed a change. And I know this is not being responsible, but we skipped out on some bills, so I was able to purchase my Turbo Fire Challenge Pack. I've tried so many things in the past, Metafast, Hydroxycut, Lipozene, all this scam shitty shit that made you feel like shit and didn't taste good and all this stuff because I wanted to be skinny. I wasted so much money. And all that time I had zero support. Not saying I could have got anywhere with Hydroxycut if I had a group of women doing it with me. I'm not saying that, but when I came into this business, I was terrified. I had no belief in myself. I didn't think I had what it took to be a good coach. I didn't think that anyone would ever want to join me being 201 pounds still. I thought people were going to think I was a joke. I thought it was money going to go to waste that I could have spent on bills. And sharing my first photos, my day 1 and my day 30 photos, it was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I was so nervous and so scared. And when I pushed send, I walked away from my computer for like 2 days. Like I could not look. I couldn't see what people had to say. I was terrified. I think I was more terrified of what my friends and family would say that I knew in real life than what just random Facebook friends would say. And it was scary. But when I was brave enough, or when I forgot all about it and I came back on Facebook and I sat there and I read comment after comment and message after message. And I was like, holy shit. Oh my gosh, I'm meant to do this. Like I knew all of a sudden I was meant to do this. It wasn't that I just needed other people's words of affirmations for me. It was the fact that here I am inspiring other people. I don't think I've ever inspired anyone to do anything in my entire life. And then this, do you guys know what it's like to have someone come to you and be like, because of you, I decided to change this habit. Or because of you, I decided to do this. Because of you, I decided to do that. You guys, we change lives. And I think a lot of people don't realize the significance of that. We save lives. If I was still 268 pounds, if I was still with those bad habits that I had before, where I would stop and get 2 double cheeseburger and a French fry, go home and cook dinner and eat dinner, that was my life. That was my life. If I was still eating that way, where would I be? Not even where would I be? Where would my son be? Like, I'm like on a soapbox right now and I apologize, but I want you guys to understand the significance of your job as a Beachbody coach. The significance of your responsibility of what you're supposed to do. To be someone, to be there. God, if I would have had someone like us 10 years ago, my life would have been completely different. It would have been completely different, but I didn't. And I can't change the past. None of us can. But what we can do is change the future and change the present for so many people out there that used to be like me, that used to be like you. So we need to let go of our fears because that's holding us back. And we were put on this earth to live a life of greatness, not be mediocre. We're done doing that. We're done just surviving. We need to start living, and we need to help others start living too. None of that was in my bullet points, just to let you know. So, sorry, I got a little cray up in there, but that's all I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Like, inviting is not hard. Being a Beachbody coach is not hard. Even hitting Success Club, it's not hard. It takes work. It takes consistency, guys, but it's not hard. What you do today will pay off in 3 months. And I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, I have to wait 3 months to get a paycheck. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is being consistent. Like, plant those seeds today in your business, in your journey. And you will see it in 3 months. You'll even see it before then if you're super consistent. I'm not asking you to work hours and after hours. 1 focused hour every single day. Take the weekends off, please. I mean, still work on you. Still invest in some personal development. But it will pay off. And you guys will soar. You will fly. You will be able to achieve the desires that you want. And the great part is, when you're achieving the dreams and the desires you want, guess what? You're not doing it alone. You're doing it because you're helping other people do the same thing. Like, I don't know what's better than that. I honestly don't know what's better than that. That's why I love what I do so much. So are you guys with me? Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm going to go on the chat thread and see if anyone had any questions really quick. All right. So excited for Lift 4. Oh yes, Tara, I know you're excited, girl. Inviting is one of the most important parts to be successful. Yes, Dana, absolutely. Grocery list is always on my phone. I'm so glad I have On This Day to remind me of how tacky I was when I first started. Jackie, you are not alone, because I have like the help wanted post, it's awful. Like the garage sale help wanted post, the big red, earn, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was awful. Thank goodness that didn't. My videos on my personal page have attracted a lot more attention from my friends and family. That's awesome, Tara. Oh, Dana, I'm glad you liked the call. Tara said support groups on Facebook are wonderful, not only to meet new people, but support for whatever it is that you need help with. Absolutely. Danny said best feeling in the world. Megan, damn girl, tears have flown. I'm sorry, Megan. Sorry. I was crying with you. So talk to me about fear of missing out. You want me to talk to you about FOMO?
Yeah. So I have an issue with, if I get a message, I have to answer it right now. So there's no business hours. Like, my husband was probably a little irritated with me at 10 o'clock last night when I was answering messages, because I feel like if I don't answer them right now, are they going to come back? Are they still going to want my help? Am I still accountable? Am I still proving to them that I'm trustworthy with their business if I'm not responding right now?
Absolutely. That's a very good question. And you know what? I was that coach for the first 3.5 years, where I always had my phone on me. I had messenger notifications turned on. I was always asking or answering any messages any time of day. Okay. So here's the thing. I have a question for you. So hypothetically, the girl that you messaged last night, or that messaged you back at 10 o'clock, she signs up as a challenger. Okay. Then she's struggling at 3 o'clock because she was up all night binge watching a TV show and she wants some ice cream, and she messages you. Jess, I need your help. I want to binge eat. Are you going to answer her?
No.
If you're on a date with your husband and he's taking you somewhere nice and it's just meant to be you and him, and you get a message from one of your challengers or from your coaches, and they say, hey, I can't find this. Can you help me? Are you going to message them?
Well, I mean, I would. That's where I'm at right now. Like, that's how I feel. And
so I'm going to stop you for a second. So here's the thing. When you're at everyone's beck and call, you're teaching them that you're at their beck and call. But when you say that you have business hours because your family is important to you, they should get that. I take weekends off of my messenger, point blank. I don't care if you message me at 3:01 p.m. on a Friday and want to purchase a challenge pack. You won't hear back from me until Monday morning. Because my family is my number one priority, and I put Gage through too much of me being a half-ass mom when I first signed up as a coach. And a half-ass mom is this. Hold on, Gage. Yeah, I'll play with you. Hold on, Gage. Oh, hold on. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I got a message. Hold on, Gage. I didn't become a Beachbody coach because I wanted freedom for my family to not give my family freedom. So you tell me about missing out. What are you really missing out on?
Stop, because I'm going to cry. I'm going to mute myself now.
Can I add something to that real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh my God. That was like 100%. I did the same thing when I was like, oh, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to be a coach full time. I'm going to come home. And then I would do the same thing. And I'm like, oh, hold on. I gotta do this. I'll play with you in just a second. I'll do this. And then it's like, oh, and she was like, Mommy, spend time with me. And I was like, I'm here with you all day. But then I didn't realize what it looks like to her when I pick up my phone whenever there's a ding or a notification. So what I do is I just turn those notifications off. And like Vicki says, there's hours. Now, if I happen to be on social media and I am the person that I like, there's a little gray area for me. If I see something and I know that it's somebody I've been working with for a long time, I'll say, oh my gosh, I just happen to be online right now. You know what I mean? I let them know, like, I don't normally check stuff during these hours or whatever, but let me send you this real quick or whatever. I got to go with my family. I'll let them know that, like, that's my priority, but like, oh, I'm online just right now, if that makes sense, to keep that boundary. But yeah.
I love that. Thank you for adding that. And then Danny also said too, I know like Dana does it too, but turning off your notifications. Like I don't have notifications turned on for Facebook Messenger, for my like page, for Instagram, for even my text messages. I know a lot of people are like, I tried texting you at 8:00 this morning. Well, I'm busy. But I mean, you got to do what's best for you. And if being on your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is what's best for you, maybe you need to adjust your priorities. But really think about what you're actually missing out on if you need to answer that 10:00 message. And that's a very good question, because a lot of people, especially as a new coach, struggles with that. Because you're like, I'm a new coach. I want to be successful. I want to answer these questions. I want to, be engaging in all this stuff. But there's also a fine line, because your family is going to get really tired of staring at the back of your phone instead of your beautiful face. Does anyone else have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I just want to add something onto that.
Go ahead.
To the point of like answering messages. So think about it in terms of like, how many messages have you sent out that people took 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 days to even respond to you? So if they didn't respond to you right away and you're out of the messenger and you're done with it for the day, don't feel bad waiting a little bit. Like, I do have my messages or my alerts turned on, but if I'm at work and I see the message come through, I can read it real quick. If it's going to be something that is going to take me some time, it marked as unread, or I'll respond and say, hey, I'm at work right now. I didn't forget about you. I'll chat with you later. Or I'll just leave it as marked unread. And then when I'm finished with work, I'll just say, hey, just got out of work. Sorry, I couldn't get back with you sooner. And then, answer their question. But people don't respond to us right away. So, they should kind of expect the same from us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Danny, you had something to say.
Well, first I want to say that, when I was talking to Vicki about signing up and everything throughout the years, she didn't always message me right back, and I never really even thought anything of it. So people aren't even gonna notice, really. And the other thing I wanted to say is I am struggling as far as business hours go, just because I have so much going on. So like doing an hour in the morning or an hour at lunch or an hour at night, like, what's your advice? Is that good or?
Okay. So everyone has a lot of going on. Like, people have jobs and people have kids and household and whatever. I feel you, because I have a wedding planning. I'm wedding planning. I have a son with scoliosis. I have a dog who is chewing everything and peeing everywhere. I have a big man baby that I need to take care of. I have stuff too. So like, I get it. And there's people that have way more stuff. But what I think is, if you have a really busy day where you can't fit like 1 hour time, do power blocks. Do a half an hour in the morning and a half an hour in the evening. Separate the things that you need to do. Like, what are the things that get you to where you want to be in your business? Is it inviting, following up, and checking in with your girls? Do that in the first thing in the morning, half an hour. And then later in the day, do this, this, and this. Chunk up your time. You guys could even do it in 15-minute increments during the day. Like, if you're nursing your baby, or if you're waiting in line, picking up your kid, at school or whatever. Like, if you don't have a full hour, don't be like, oh, shoot, I don't have a full hour to dedicate to Beachbody today, so I can't work that full hour. So break it up in 15-minute chunks or 30-minute chunks. Does that help, Danny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Tara asked, I guess my only question is about, my only question I have is about something one of my friends who is planning to join me as a coach, yay, asked me. She works at a hospital and wants me to make a flyer or something that she can hang in the break room and such. Is that something we really want to do, or how would we reach out to them? So here's the thing. So I actually had business cards made, and actually I talked to the Iris about this earlier today. I had business cards made, and I handed them bowling alleys, tanning salons, everywhere. I put them everywhere. Have I made one sell or coach from them? No. Iris found my business card at a Desert Sun one time, and she's like, oh, look what I found. I mean, is that why you signed up with me like a year later? No, I don't think so. I honestly don't think it's worth it because people will see information just like everything else and it will go in one ear and out the other. The way our business works and the way that we're successful is the business or the personal relationship part of it. Like how you connect with someone. Because anyone can go on eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, Beachbody.com and purchase any of the programs, right? But the reason they sign up with you is because of you. Now, however, you could make a flyer of a transformation story of yourself and you can post that. And you can talk about your support groups. I wouldn't necessarily say anything about Beachbody if that's how you do your flyer, though. That is my suggestion. Does anyone else have anything to add on to that? No? Okay. Dana said she can, but her best way to do it is to be your own walking billboard. Absolutely. Everything I do is power block, hands down, always. Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing, you guys, some people run power hours. Some people do, chunks of power hours where like me, I'm a full-time coach. So I can dedicate 3-4 hours at a time into coaching. Yes, I take 1 hour break to binge watch Married at First Sight and eat my lunch. But besides that, I work a good 3 to 4 hours. Some people have an hour to dedicate to their business. Some people have 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. The thing is to find what works for you, because what works for you may not work for someone else and vice versa. Not every one of us has the same 9-to-5 job or has the same sleep schedule or have kids that have the same sleep schedule. All you mamas know what I'm talking about, okay? So make sure that you're not like, okay, well, if she's doing that, then I should probably do it. But find what works for you. Try it out. Try it a whole hour out. Try power blocks out, whatever you can, but make sure that you're being consistent. She calls her else. Oh, this is the girl you talked to me about. This is the girl. So she wants to put up a flyer for her, of herself after she signs up as a coach, or of you? Of you. Well, honey, you've had a transformation, a little bit of an awesome transformation. You can definitely type it up, or you can even, what you can do too, you can take a couple of transformations from our team. There's a lot of women that have had not even just physical transformations, but mental, emotional transformations. You can see it in their face, the confidence. You could take that and do a little, like a collage of different stories, because that's going to attract people too. They're going to be like, okay, well, whatever they're doing, it's working for not this person, but this person. And, oh, she's a mom of 3 and she's, she has a blended family and she's a full-time mom and a full-time student and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that could be something that if you want to collaborate with a couple coaches too, do something and do that. All right. Any more questions? All right. We're for all you newbies on here, at the end of our calls, we take selfies. As you see, Jess, she's like, okay, I'm done cleaning. I'm fixing my hair. So thanks for watching the recording. I truly appreciate it.